You did a good job. Okay, so we got this case here. You sent me a case file.
Look this over, and I'm going to tell you what I have. I'm going to give you an overview as you're looking it over, right?
Okay.
So we have a dearth of evidence of a shooting. Jenny Stone was shot by two men impersonating police officers. There's still more work to be done. I have to interview a Mr. Mersch, a lawyer at Cornerstone, because there was a call put in before this happened. He saw two people impersonating police officers. See if he can get a better description of these guys. But anyways, we have witnesses that saw a vehicle. They weren't able to. Here's the gist of it, right? Jenny Stone was shot by Burger Shot after calling out that she saw people impersonating a police officer in a Speedo, right? Police Speedo, which is the van, the police van. You can see the pictures of it there in the report. We gathered shell casings. We preserved the integrity of the scene. We got pictures of Jenny. All the pictures are there, right? We have the shell casings, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, a little bit later that night, a guy named Robert Jones and a guy named Carter Parker got arrested for a bank robbery. While they're in the cells, Parker says, hey, I've got information for you for leniency. I want to talk to Slammer. So I'm like, all right, no problem. So I take him in the interrogation room. He waives his right to a lawyer. We're talking. I'm like, I don't really have any reason to believe you. Give me something. So he says, listen, I know where the van is. The van is here. That's what the report said. It's at the pier. So I sent an officer over there. He found the van where the guy said it was, took pictures, whatever. No evidence was recovered from the vehicle. No shell casings, anything.
No fingerprints, nothing.
Nothing on the van.
Okay.
So he says, listen, two guys approached me, a guy or somebody in all masked up who didn't speak, and then this guy, Robert Jones, and asked me to go and hide these two guns in my apartment. So I did. So I'll take you to my apartment, and you can take these two guns out. You know what I mean, or whatever. I'm cooperating with you. So we go to his apartment. We find the two guns. He doesn't have a weapons license, so we also recovered two other weapons from the apartment. We take those for evidentiary preservation. They're marked in the report there. Both guns match the shooting. One of the guns from the shooting that matches, shell casings found on the scene, the striations or whatever on the barrel, they match that gun, has Robert Jones's fingerprints on it. The other one has nobody's fingerprints on it. So, based on my interaction with Carter Parker, I do not believe that he was involved. And it's weird because everything points to him and Robert Jones being involved, right?
Okay.
So, based on what we have, both guns in Carter Parker's house, intimate knowledge of the crime, intimate knowledge of where the vehicle used in the crime was left, I think that's enough to charge him, but I haven't yet. So here's what I want to do. Your opinion, based on what we have and what we found there, do we have enough to charge him?
You do have enough to charge him.
Okay.
I think you're on the right plan with Carter as far as he's giving you good information. He's a good confidential informant right now for you to be able. He can't really identify as the other people, but he's giving you access to the evidence that you need. So the other gun has fingerprints on it. You just don't know who they belong to. Right?
So there's no fingerprints on the other gun. The one gun has Robert Jones' fingerprints on it. So we have nothing on the mystery man. So here's my strategy, and this is.
Are you sure there's a mystery man there, and it's just
that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
There isn't anything to prove that there's a mystery man except that Carter Page says there's a mystery man. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes. So what about Mr. Robert?
Here's what I want to do, and this is why I'm coming to you. Okay. What I want to do is I want to charge Robert Jones or Carter Parker, whoever you decide. I want to charge them with attempted murder, the big one.
Okay.
The 25-year one. I want to bring them in there and say, hey, I've got approval to charge you with attempted murder, 25 years. Tell me who the other guy was, or you're going away. And then...
So since Carter gave you the information, I would hold off on Carter. I would go after Robert and said, hey, these other two guys, they've turned on you now, and this is where we're at. We're going to charge you with attempted murder. And if he's like, other two guys, there's only one guy with me.
Well, Go ahead. I'm just cooking to see what the actual what we would be looking at to charge him with. Give me 1 second. Keep talking.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking out loud how I would do it if it was something that I'd go after the other guy, because we have evidence that the other guy was involved and he has it, so we have him, right? If we could find the third mystery guy, then maybe that's something we can do.
See, that's
If
what
they're
I'm
saying
saying.
that,
So I'm
if they're
saying
saying
that
there's only 2 guys there and he was the 3rd guy, there's not a 3rd guy. Why would they?
yes.
That just doesn't make sense. Nobody goes and takes somebody who was never involved in the crime and puts them in the middle of a crime. They don't do that.
So what I want to do is I want to charge him. I want to charge Robert Jones. I want a federal judge approval to charge Robert Jones with attempted murder, 25 years. Attempted murder of a
Approved.
government official, USC 2.6. Okay.
Approved. And if you want to wash your hands of it, charge fucking Carter too. Wash your hands of it. Put them both that way, and say, hey, you have one option to come talk to me. Snatch up Robert first,
Yeah.
and see if he'll talk to you. If he doesn't talk to you, bye. You have enough. And then the same with Mr. Carter.
I'm looking at what else I want to charge him with. We've got what about conspiracy? Conspiracy and also impersonating government.
So
official.
conspiracy, the idea is that you have to conspire to commit a crime. They committed the crime.
Okay.
Everything is committed. It's not attempted anymore. It's not conspired. The mental state there is not necessary for the intent of
Right.
the crime. We don't have to prove that they intended to commit a crime. They fucking committed a crime.
Okay. So besides, I know you're familiar with the penal code. Do we need to go any further than the attempted murder? Do we do Do we do evidence tampering for giving somebody the gun?
For giving guns,
Unlawful transfer of a firearm as well. Then.
Yep, you throw the book at him, and then you
Okay.
can whittle away at that. You're the charging doctrine, right? So you have it all. If somebody wants to squawk and start talking and be like, you know what, I can maybe take this attempted murder of a government official off, but the rest of these are there, then that's your call. You make deals where you need to make deals to make sure that you get the government's interest. Make sure we have everybody in this case, and maybe it's only these 2 knuckleheads and this guy Carter. Parker.
Yeah.
Maybe he tried to lead you to get out of some shit, and then maybe you say, you know what, dude, you fucked me. You lied to me. I'm never gonna trust you again. You're a piece of shit. Right?
Okay. So I want to charge them with. Well, no. All right. So we're not even going to charge them with assault with a deadly. We're going to charge them with the attempted murder, 25-year sentence.
Yeah, you can still do the assault. It's a lesser of the crime. So because they did an attempted murder on a government official, it doesn't say how they had to attempt to murder him. They could have ran him over, did it by car, did it by whatever. They attempted to murder a government official. The same thing can happen with the assault. The assault on a government official can happen at the same time. So I don't have a problem double charging for that.
Okay.
And it gives you more options to take off the table if you need to.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to. I'm gonna write up the charges or whatever and put that you approve them, and then I'll just put. I'm not gonna put anything that happened. It's just gonna be the incident's gonna be my CID file. That's it.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna see this.
Sounds good.
I'm also gonna put he's to be held until I'm there. Like he's not to be. He sits in the cells and he's held. He can fly out. He can do whatever he wants. He is not to go anywhere.
Yep. And then he's to give you an email and a phone number. Whoever you put in there, he's to give you an email and a phone number to communicate to make sure that you're if he wants to fly back in when you're present, say, hey, I'm here, you need to show up. It's kind of like a bond. If you want me to put a warrant out for him, I can put a warrant out for him. Say, hey,
well, no, I'm putting a warrant out now. I'm gonna put a warrant out now for the attempted murder, so that's gonna be it.
Yep.
So he's
Sounds
so that's once he's caught, he's done. So he sits in jail.
Just make sure that you put whatever this case file is, CID.
I will. I'll put that on the top.
Yep.
Okay.
CID GI 18. That's all you have to put in there, and approved after clear communication with Judge Barrett Lane. I'm good with that.
All right, and I'm gonna I'll put all the. So there's a couple charges here that'll have no time, no fine. I'm just gonna put 25 and 25 months, 25,000 for each of those Is that okay?
Yeah, 25 and 25. So if there's 3, there's 75 and 75.
Okay.
Fine with that.
All right.
That seems reasonable.
Okay. Do you need anything else?
And maybe that starts a big piece of it, and whatever information you can get out of it, you can get out of it. So the only thing I'm going to do is your case file. I'm going to tell me what your report is real quick.
The report number for this initial was going to be.
Oh no, not the report, but the warrant incident number that you're putting it under.
I'll start a new one now. It's going to be incident number. 5, 4, 6, 7.
6, 7. All right. I'm just. We have a judges chat. It's just the three of us, and nobody else is involved in it, except for Governor Bruin. But
Okay.
I'll just put in there this case file. There's a warrant.
Do you want me to charge them both with this? Like, what do you think? And then bring them both in? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna charge them both.
Yeah, they both shot. You have bullet casings and you have guns. You have multiple guns.
I mean, I've got both guns at Carter Parker's house. That's enough to charge him. I've got Robert Jones's fingerprints on the gun. They're not gonna. This is it's GG.
Well, and he identified him.
He did. He did identify.
He identified him.
Yep.
So that's good enough by me. He was there. He used a weapon and he did it. Now Carter Page doesn't want to say anything, but you knew where the truck was. You knew where the evidence was. You had the evidence at your apartment. Nobody else. Or hey, does anybody else? He's the one that said I put the guns there. So
yeah, he did say that.
He's not coughing up to. He's the one that shot. That's because he's a coward. That's what that is. He's a coward.
All right, man.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a third guy. There's the grassy knoll. That there's a guy in the grassy knoll that shot Kennedy. Maybe there's somebody there. But
I mean, and
it doesn't seem
they're
like
gonna sing. I would think you'd think they'd sing. You know what I mean? Once we get there.
Yep, and that's the thing too. Is it's usually the easiest explanation is the correct explanation.
That's what I told him. I said Occam's razor, man. I mean, the simplest explanation is usually the correct explanation. You've got two guns. You know where the van is. This is your buddy. You just got arrested together. I'm gonna say it's you. We're charging him. Okay.
Yeah.